of the Australian Open.
So Frew McMillan in for the second set. Your thoughts, Frew?
Well, I think Djokovic deserved it. He was the more adventurous of the two. I think only at the very end, when it was perhaps just a little too late in the set, did Murray bring his A game to the table. The match reminds me a bit of the Ferrer match. Murray lost the first set, cut the second set very fine, but ended up winning because he changed his game a bit.
Is it a have to here again for Murray?
Changing the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a bit like a sparring bout to begin with, a bit of shadow boxing. They were mainly playing down the middle of the court. It was Djokovic who was taking the odd risk. And the only reason Djokovic ended up playing down the middle of the court was he missed a few into-out forehands. Not by much, but he was going for winners. Murray got to start going for winners. And he's got the biggest shots of the two.
Made it. He hasn't looked his normal quick self up to that short ball, has he?
No, he's looked a bit heavy-legged. I mean, one could say it's because they played a lot of tiring rallies. Had one rally of 38 strokes, not quite as long as the longest in the Ferrer match, which was 41. But he should look a little lighter than he does.
40.
The two major finals he's contested, Murray, of course, the US and here against Federer. Federer came out very quickly, didn't he, to boss the match, to say, I'm going to come out here and win this major impressively. It's certainly very cagey from Murray, not that approach at all from the counter-puncher that he naturally is. It's a love game for Djokovic, how he started the match. And I guess, Frew, that's his basic problem. He is a counter-puncher, so why would he come out against Djokovic, who he's beaten the last 3 times they've played, and try and knock him off the court? I mean, that would have almost been as surprising as the nerves that we actually saw.
It wouldn't have surprised me because I thought Murray in quite a few of his matches here has actually looked to start much more aggressively, the sort of tennis that everybody from A to Z in the world of tennis has been asking him to play for some time. So I actually thought he would start that way, knowing that, as you say, Federer's come out against him and made it a sprint rather than a marathon. And I thought Murray would attempt to do the same. Not the case against Djokovic, but I expect it to happen at some stage. And, you know, it's early days to say it's got to happen quickly, but it's got to happen sooner rather than later.
And that first serve percentage has got to go up. 44%, but he won 81% behind it first set. Just lost the 3 points, but he was 9 from 20 behind his second serve.
Well, that's the sort of shot that I expect him at times, although it perhaps bounced up a little too high, that I expect him to start looking to really win. And that may be a little bit of a sarcastic thumbs up to the box. Well, it was Murray initially who looked to serve volley and then looked to play very aggressively. And of course looking a little stunned here because it was all turned around by Djokovic's excellent defense.
Will come on from Murray.
Yeah, it's a pretty important point. Djokovic really trying to do something with the return, turning the racket head over just a little early. Perhaps would have been better off just to hold the face open a bit longer and push it back deep.
Trying to channel some emotion here, Murray. He needs to. It's all like it's a little too much for him right now. He's got to stay with Djokovic.
Well, you've got to hand it to Djokovic. Even on the previous point, he was the one looking to take the chance in the forehand. He's the one who's hit the winners. Believe it or not, but I don't think Murray's hit a winner yet on either backhand or forehand. Two to one, the stats tell us. I don't actually remember any.
Passing shots, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The only ones he had.
Yeah.
When he had the target, which makes it easier for him to actually hit the winners. But from the back of the court, no, I'm with you.
And that's where he can be heavier in shot than Djokovic.
Well, the tide is going more towards Serbia. Of course, the histories of the two nations so different. There's no burden of 75 years since a British man won a singles major. Djokovic, 3 years ago, Davis Cup, back end of last year. He's talked a lot about that, Djokovic, how it's inspiring him. He couldn't wait for this season to start. And he's got another break point. Timely.
He's unleashed that serve well, as in fact as Djokovic. It was the serve that Djokovic, when he won the Australian Open, really used well. But here he's just pushed too wide in order to get it back.
And the fact that he was screaming out earlier in the game to hit it, Murray, it's like he wants to, but the frame of mind, I don't know, the occasion, it's not allowing him to. It's like he's shackled. Second break point of the game.
Wasn't that clever? Maybe a forlorn challenge here.
No, I think it's all for the back.
Bird's eye will tell you.
Ooh, I think it's out.
Oh, wow, what a good one.
Boy, in their second serve. Which he's really been struggling with. That's desperation for Murray. Djokovic now has this final where he wants it. Marian Vida out of his chair. He knows that the importance of that early break second set.
Well, it's not often that Murray plays a poor drop shot, whether it was a lack of concentration because of the first serve, which he undoubtedly thought was in. Djokovic a little late to begin, but he could get there with ease and saw where Murray was going. So easy little cross-court flick here. Notice the slides. Of course, he's so good at that. Certainly looking the more saturated then, but so did Kim Clijsters against Lee Nard. Just that colour green that shows up the sweat a bit more than the classical clothing that Djokovic is wearing.
That's as close to the splits as you're likely to see.
That's a magnificent point. Each being stretched to the hilt there. Terrific all-court play. That surely would have given Murray a real boost. Nothing that Djokovic did wrong apart from this.
Oh. Let's take the N off his nickname off his back at the end of that one.
Can Murray attack the second?
He looks flat now. The nerves can do that to you as well, can't they, Fred?
Oh, absolutely. There were certainly nerves to begin with, and one can't blame him. Even Federer and Nadal coming into this match would have nerves. And for somebody who's never won, the expectation of the whole of Great Britain on his shoulders, and much of the colonies, I might add.
It's interesting as well, they're contrasting views about Davis Cup. Djokovic would prop up Serbia single-handed if he had to, willingly. Murray so anti-playing Davis Cup. He knows he's carrying the team almost single-handedly. Let the other guys get on with it. You couldn't have two more stark contrasting views.
Well, you know, it's one of my hobby horses, what I think about Murray and Davis Cup.
That looked a little beaten by Murray. Djokovic holds. That's important too, to back up the break. And he's getting a good run of games here. So an hour and 17 minutes. Djokovic really getting control of this final now.
He used the eye drops, which we saw him use earlier on. Murray's had a change of shirt, so he should be a little lighter. But how's the mind?
Thank you.
Murray set and love 3 behind.
Love for 10.
Well, it's one of the best backhands in the game. I would take Murray's backhand above Djokovic's, but it hasn't appeared yet. Particularly his backhand down the line can be a real feature shot.
Worrying signs, certainly for this set. And then 2 sets behind in a major final. That is some obstacle.
Well, it's just one of those things, isn't it? A terrific serve by Murray, over 200 Ks. Djokovic's lob return, well, he didn't mean it to be a lob, he didn't mean to be anything but get it back. It lands on the line. Murray hits one of his best shots down the line, and Djokovic is waiting for it.
This set as good as over. I think Murray is maybe now just thinking about having to win 3 sets in a row if he is to lift his first major. It's a 7-4 love now, Djokovic, 5 games in a row.
He's got to release the tensions. He's got to find the key to the handcuffs here, Murray. Even if he's a long way down, this is where he really can afford just to let things go. That's just it. That's letting it go. There are 2 rivers here in Australia that are really the feature of the news these days, aren't they? Because of all the floods. One of them's the Darling, the other's the Murray. And I just feel that if Murray could flow like the river itself, he would become everyone's darling.
Great riposte from Djokovic.
Murray having a long look at the baseline, but all Djokovic's shots were painfully in.
This is putting the dam in place, isn't it?
Brilliant bit of serving. Slice well up the block, pace down on the right court, and then a bit more power there where he's been serving at big points out to the backhand. He certainly has recaptured his serving, Djokovic, with a vengeance.
He looks loose. relaxed, and he's playing in the last couple of minutes tennis like he did against Federer. He is a major winner before, remember, Djokovic. He looks like one again. It's a set and 5 love. Well, the Serbians are really celebrating at that change of ends, and not surprising with that scoreboard.
Thank you.
Murray a set and love 5 behind. You'd imagine he'll put everything in to try to hold this game at least to start the third on his own serve. Won his first four matches in the tournament very comfortably, Murray. Got trickier against Dolgopolov, 3 hours and 6 minutes. 3 3/4 hours to get by Ferrer. At the moment, it looks like he played a lot longer than that.
Well, Djokovic undoubtedly looking for the whitewash. Of course, if he can break through here, start serving. Judy Murray tried to catch a lift up to the particular level to get to the court box, and the lift broke down. She had to take another lift. If anybody needs a lift, we know who it is.
Set point for the 2-sets-to-love lead.
Well, the last time anybody came back from 2-sets-to-love down here at the Australian Open was in 1965. Roy Emerson against Fred Stolle.
Wow.
Please.
And the last time at a major, that famous day, Andre Agassi, Andre Medvedev, 1999 French Open. And of course, Agassi coming from 2 sets behind to win the title, but then won all the 4 majors. Historic day then. It would be a historic evening tonight. But Djokovic has never lost from 2 sets up. Murray does hold with his foreface and asks Djokovic to serve out the second set.
Djokovic leads 5-1.
Well, it will obviously be interesting just to see Murray's approach to these games. Again, I think emphasize he's got to keep going for it. And even though he may lose, the chances are obviously going to lose the set anyway. But just keep going for it and try and get rid of those shackles. He's meant to be so fit, ready for any 5-setter. Bit of movement behind Djokovic.
Let's make a correction. Of course, Djokovic has lost from 2 sets up once. The quarter-final of the French last year. Jürgen Melzer from Austria.
And of course, Murray beat Melzer from 2 sets love down at the US Open a few years back.
Well, he was as deep in the court then, Murray, as he has been in the match, but he won the point.
Well, registering a little harder off the ground.
It's a half a wry smile there. First break points of the match for Murray. Murray's looked like it was going long. Djokovic's was. Murray breaks for the first time. Is it the start of a special comeback?
Djokovic leads 5 games to 2.
Both having a few problems with their eyes tonight. Murray 2-5, second set.
Love 15.
Yes, it's as if the sweat's getting in there. Of course, it's quite a lot hotter than it's been. Although conditions out here with the roof open, I imagine around about 25 degrees now. A lot more pleasant.
Love 13.
Well, it sounded like the Grand Prix had come back to Melbourne. They are, we're told, in danger of losing it here because of the expense. Djokovic moving about the court with the screeching of his sneakers. Just missed it.
Djokovic challenging the call on the left near sideline. The ball was called out.
He's missed more tonight of those than he has in the tournament, and he's just hoping he's going to make one. But he hasn't.
15-30. Djokovic has 2 challenges remaining.
Even after a point like that, the breathing is so heavy. He looks laboured, heavy.
You just knew that defensive shot from Djokovic was going to bounce in, and the rally would, as it were, start all over. 19th shot of it, and a very well-timed forehand. It wasn't the biggest forehand he hit, but those are the sort of winners that we want to see from Murray.
If you can just get a hold here, Murray, you just never know. You mentioned the Grand Prix. Is there a checkered flag somewhere in Djokovic's mind yet?
If I were Murray, I'd look up and say to those seagulls up there, you think you're vultures waiting to get me. But that's not going to happen. I'm going to be out here for a lot longer. You're going to have a long time to wait, birds.
He's certainly aware of them. Brilliant. Just when Murray was starting to get going, Djokovic with the perfect answer. Just brilliant from the serve, from any angle. Set point for the 2-sets-to-love lead. We'll never know if he would have got tight serving for the set, because he's broken again to take it 6-2. The match getting easier now. He's got to do for the 5th time, Murray. Come back from 2 sets down in his